Good evening and welcome to another Acoria stream. This is season one of the F1 2022 League, and we are already in and waiting for people to ready up. So let's have a look at the track. We are going to be racing around the Bahrain International Circuit. The race is sponsored by Gulf Air in real life, obviously. It's an interesting circuit. It's a nice place to start the season. It's got a couple of interesting corners, 15 corners in total with a range of technicalities, 3 DRS zones, so it is quite a fast track. A little bit of elevation, and that elevation can catch you out, especially in the new cars. So let's go and see what's going on. So obviously at the moment we are just waiting for the guys to be ready. And we will then get underway. Okay, just waiting for the guys to ready up, and then we'll be heading out for qualifying. We are going to try and obviously get through this without having to re-host, but the game does have a couple of minor desync issues, a couple of stuttering issues apparently, so we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully we don't need to re-host, but there will always be that possibility. Alrighty, let's get this underway. I see a couple of the guys, or at least one of the guys from the Mercedes team getting ready to head out. So we will follow them. It looks like a McLaren's heading out as well, and somewhat further down the pits, looks like that may have been an Alpine. Let's see who it is out in front. It is an AlphaTauri, so not quite an Alpine. Suffix from point 1. He is going to be heading out first in the AlphaTauri number 79 car, and heading out through the first little chicane. This is obviously where Romain Grosjean had his massive crash, as well as Nikita Mazepin earned the name Nikita Mazepin in his first race. So this track does have quite a bit going for it. It's got some very interesting technical sections, some very fast corners, this little chicane that we've just gone through, a couple of rather technical traction zones. This one, the downhill right-hand hairpin, is very easy to spin out of as you come out of it, so something to watch for there. And then it turns 8 and 9, this horrible little turn here. It is a very difficult turn to get right with the trail braking that you have to actually manage and get right. If you don't get it right, it's so easy to lock up. You can overheat your tires for nothing going through there. and just generally it is a difficult corner to get right, so we'll be watching people going through there and seeing how hard they push. It looks like the Merc of Reaper has gotten past Suffix, so we'll actually follow Reaper around as he seems to be wanting to get on with it. So as we go through the final couple of the corners, do take it as one, but it is actually counted as two corners over the start-finish line and down towards turn one. It's a very heavy braking zone, going from absolutely flat out down to a very low speed, trying to get out of there, trying to get as far across to the other side of the track as possible to set yourself up for turns 3, 2 and 3 into a DRS zone down towards turn number 4. Through turn number 4 it's nice and quick. Williams getting out of the way quite nicely over there. Take as much of the curve on the exit there, but a little bit too much there. Sounded like there was a little bit of wheel spin. That would have lost him a little bit of time. Down towards the hairpin now. Venom has left the session, not sure what that is about, and that's going to be difficult for him to rejoin as we are on invite only. Hopefully that was just an audio glitch, otherwise Reaper has lost another couple of tenths through that section. And now onto the second of the DRS straights, the back straight. And down towards the very, very, very fast left-right complex. You take this one in 4th gear, which in these cars is incredibly quick, and this one you can push up to 7th towards the exit of it, and then slowing right down comparatively at least, and onto the final straight before the pit straight. That looked like a little bit of polystyrene being dragged onto the track by the McLaren. Not sure what happened there, but into the final couple of corners onto the start finish straight. Let's see what Reaper can do with the first lap of the F1 2022 season. 130.167. Sebi immediately beats it with a 129.634 in the McLaren. Sketchy does not manage to beat it with a 129.946. Archlord 132.469, so not a great lap from Arch. Who's up next? Corsair going to the top of the times with a 129.315, 3 tenths up from his nearest rival Sebi, and Sebi's not slow to begin with, so that's an impressive time. But Jarvis shows that it's possible to get close to it, 129.495, so we are certain to see the times tumbling quite quickly as the track rubbers in. Lemon Tricks going 130.405 in the Alpha Tauri. Reaper has dropped down to 5th. Let's see who else is actually on a lap. We've got quite a few people on a lap. Boosted in the Williams, let's follow him. He's in the middle. Oh, and as we switch to him, he spins out. That's unfortunate. That's a little bit of a commentator's curse there, possibly. So let's go on with Ladmine. He is gearing up for his next lap. He's on an out lap at the moment, so let's see how he does. Okay, so Ladmine gearing up for the lap. We should be able to see him head through shortly. And across the finish line. Let's see, as he goes down towards the first corner, slams hard on brakes as you get near the curbs. Gets around quite nicely, a little bit wide on the exit of turn 1, but manages to make a good line through turn 2 and 3 by cutting that curb quite a lot. Heading down towards turn 4, gets nicely onto the entrance curbing over there, takes a good amount of curb on the outside of the exit. Doesn't look entirely settled heading through these little corners, a little bit of an oversteer there it looked like, and a massive lockup down into the hairpin. Now up towards turns 8 and 9. Let's see how he does here. Oh, there is a massive lockup on the right hand side. That is the loaded tire, so that would have lost him quite a bit of time there, but Ladmine is generally quite quick. Suffix has retired from the session. I wonder if that was due to damage or something else happening. But Ladmine heading around in the fast left-right section and down towards the final straight. Ladmine getting the fastest middle sector of the qualifying session. However, of course, this is an F1 game from Codemasters, so that may be the same glitch that we've seen for the last 3 years. So we'll see how he does as he comes around the final pair of corners and onto the start-finish straight. Heading down towards the line, crosses it now and goes to the top of the time, or 128.8 9.961 with a lap that was definitely not perfect. So still more to come, I'm sure, from a lot of the guys, Landmine included. I'm sure he will head back into the pits and wait a little bit while the track rubbers in a little bit more. Quite a few people still circulating round. So let's go across to Putty. He does not have a time on the board and is currently on an outlap in the other Aston Martin. Ooh, locks up terribly going into the hairpin. That won't be good for his tire warm-up, but let's see how he does. Alrighty, so Potty comes onto the start-finish straight, and let's see how he does. As he crosses through, heads down towards turn number 1, slams on brakes quite hard onto the curbs over there, quite a big lockup, heads around the first, second and third corners, and heading down towards turn number 4, DRS wide open as he heads down towards turn number 4. Let's see what he can do. Gets around there, not too much of an issue, doesn't take as much of the track as a couple of other people have, and gets a 28.914. Unfortunately, it's not showing us what that time is compared to everyone else, and once again a massive lockup down going down into that hairpin. I wonder if Potty has overdone his setup on the brake balance or something, but he definitely struggles with that hairpin. Let's see how he does as he heads down towards the fast left-right section. Round he goes through the left-hander. It looks like he takes a nice amount of the track, gets right up to the left-hand side before throwing himself into the right-hander. Takes a lot of the track there, fastest middle sector according to the game as he heads out onto the final straight. AlphaTauri getting out of the way, trying to break whatever toe that was possible there, or maybe warming up their tires as Porti comes around the final pair of corners right behind the AlphaTauri. So if the AlphaTauri is starting up a lap, which I think he will be, this will give Porti a little bit of a toe, but it's not enough. It's a 129.753, so more time to come for Porti. I'm sure he wouldn't have been happy with that lap with the couple of lockups that he got, so Porti will be obviously trying again at some point. Was just checking to see if I could re-invite people, but it does not look like I can. Sorry to Venom and Suffix, who did ask if I could have a look and see if I could, but as you could see there, it's just not allowing me to. So not sure why that is, but there you have it. We will have to get you back into the game once the quali session is at an end, hopefully, if we do need to rehost. So Archlord now gearing up for a lap. Went very wide there. I'm surprised that the game did not invalidate, and he heads out. I'm pretty sure that was his out lap on 133, so quite a slow lap. Going down into turn number 1. Doesn't sound like he locked up too much there. Gets nice and open. Opens turn 2 quite nicely there. Goes through turn 3. Heads down the straight towards turn number 4. Oh, little bit of a lockup on the front right, but doesn't look like it's affected him too much. Takes a nice amount of curb on the exit of turn 4 into turns 5 and 6. And locking up once again. So lots of people locking up going into that hairpin heading of turn 7. Now going into turn 8 and 9, Arch did have a little bit of a moment there, and as you saw, that has put him into at least close to the wall. I don't think he actually hit it, No, it looks like his wing is still fine, but that will have been the end of his lap. So we'll move on to that sketchy dude, who is currently gearing up for a lap in the Haas. So heading into the final couple of corners, and let's see what he can do. Okay, so heading across the start finish line, heading down towards turn number 1. Let's see how that sketchy dude can do it, can do here, locking up the left hand front as he goes into turn number 1. Lots of lockups all over the place. Doesn't look like it's affecting the tires too much, and that doesn't look like a normal line down the straight. But let's see what happens as he goes through turn number 4 and gets his way into the second sector of the track. 2.2 seconds up. That cannot be right. Sketchy is generally faster than that. So I wonder if this is another lap that he's backed off out of, or what's happening. So we can see him heading into turn number, I think that's 8 and 9. Gets through turn 9, gets all the way to the outside, so that is an aborted lap. So let's see, so let's join on with someone else. Let's watch a Red Bull in the form of Jarvis as my controller decides to disconnect. That's the first time it's managed to do that. So Jarvis gearing up in the Red Bull. As he gears up, I'm just needing to check a couple of things. Alrighty, so Jarvis heads over the start-finish line and down towards the first corner, and see if he also struggles with the lockups that have plagued pretty much everyone. Yes, left front lockup, locking up quite badly and putting him way wide going out of turn number 1 and heading through turns number 2 and 3. Let's see if Jarvis can pull back from that. Heads through turn number 4, gets nice and wide on the entry, which will open up the corner for him. Does not take much of the curb on the outside as he crosses the line. 156, so a tenth and a half up on, I assume that would be from the best time, as he locks up into the hairpin of turn 7, heads up towards turns number 8 and 9. Let's see what he can do through here. Lock up of the front left, but doesn't look like it's too bad. Heads onto the back straight, DRS wide open as he heads down towards the fast left-right complex. Pushes into it, looks like a nice smooth line. Doesn't go that wide on the exit of that turn, but as he crosses the line, still 4/10 up. So Jarvis really putting in a strong lap here. Not sure if that's compared to his own time or whether that is compared to the fastest time of the session. But if it is faster than his own time, he will move up into 5th place above Reaper and just behind the Dark Fox. Let's see what he can do as he crosses the start-finish straight and he goes up into 5th place. So that must be compared to his own time. That is good to know that they are starting to do that from this game. We'll now follow the Dark Fox around on his lap in the Mercedes. 128.861, currently in 4th place. Let's see what he can do to beat that. A little bit of a lockup on the front right, but doesn't look like it's affected him too much as he gets onto the start-finish straight. And off he goes. Down towards the first corner. Let's see if he's got a lockup on that front left as well. Yep, there it is. I wonder if that's maybe a graphical glitch since everyone is doing it. No one really seems to be trying to avoid it either from what I can tell. So not sure if that's a graphical glitch or just a glitch of the physics of the game. Dark Fox getting nice and wide on the entry and pushing it all the way to the line but not across the curb. Let's see what he can do. Just over 0.05 of a second quicker than his previous time. That's not going to put him anywhere good yet, or nowhere above where he is at the moment. He needs to make up about 0.2 of a second to push himself up to anywhere near Corsair. 2.5 to actually overtake Corsair. So let's see if the Dark Fox does find something in the second and third sectors as he heads towards the fast left-right section. throws himself in there. That looked very quick, and unfortunately may have been a little bit too quick for the amount of grip that he had. A little bit of graphical glitch there as his driver's helmet phased out of existence. So let's see how other guys can do. We'll follow Reaper around in the other Mercedes, starting his lap now. DRS wide open, crosses the start finish line. Right, so into the first corner. That lockup that we're seeing everywhere looks again like they're going way too wide through the exit of the first corner. It compromises the second and third corners and makes them a little bit slower on this straight down towards the fourth. Nice and wide there. Reaper trying to extend the track as far as he can. Not quite as far as Lewis Hamilton, but close in the Mercedes. And here he goes down towards the hairpin of turn 7, gets onto the curb. Not necessarily the greatest thing to do when you're trying to brake that hard, but doesn't look like it affected his line too much. That looked like quite a good line through there. Oh, and that is going to destroy his lap as he goes through turn 9 and loses it onto the curbs. Lemon Tricks doing some donuts coming through turn number 1, so that's not going to happen. Q1 session coming to an end with Ladmine out in front, Sebi in second, Corsair in third, Dark Fox in fourth, Jarvis in fifth, Porty in sixth, Lemon Tricks 7th, Reaper 8th, Sketchy Dude 9th, and Boosted in 10th, Raptor 11th, Arch 12th, Deadpool 13th, Venom in 14th, and Suffix in 15th. Okay, so as we wait for the guys to cross the finish line, hopefully it will drop us back to the lobby so that we can get the couple of guys who got dropped out of the lobby back in. Otherwise, unfortunately, not sure if they're going to be able to join us, but we will see very shortly, I'm sure. Alrighty, and that is the end of the quali session. So, as we mentioned, Ladmine out in first place with a 128.595, only 2.5 hundredths quicker than Sebi with 128.622, and only 5 hundredths quicker than Corsair. Very close up at the top there before we drop back 2 tenths to the Dark Fox and 4 down to Jarvis. So great quali session from the top guys. Let's see what they can do from the race. And it looks like we have gone straight into the race rather than going through the lobby. So unfortunately it does not look like there is any way to invite people back into the race, which is quite odd. That I would have expected you to be able to, but apparently not. So as we wait for people's games to load, Obviously, heading down towards turn one, it is a very quick corner, or it's a very slow corner, but a very quick approach. So we are going to get people having to adjust their braking points and trying to avoid any sort of contact. Obviously, we have no ABS in this league, and that can catch quite a few people off guard. So let's hope that not too many people lose it, not too many people cause too much chaos, but we'll see how the first corner goes. The penalties in this season are going to be a little bit more harsh than we have historically run them, so people do need to be a little bit more careful of overshooting corners, not caring about their braking points and so on. So people do need to be a little bit more careful, especially going into the first couple of corners where that sort of thing can take out quite a few people. So still waiting for players. Wonder if that is actually accurate or whether the game has bugged out. Okay, so I'm just checking in with the racers to see if anyone else is stuck on waiting for players. Apparently not. Okay, so it might just be me because I'm a spectator. The guys are sorting out their setups, and so let's see what happens. Yep, there we go. Guys have started to ready up, and we are getting ready to go racing. It is really weird that that the spectator doesn't. It just looks like it's just frozen. But anyway, let's get this underway. 8 seconds to start. Still no invite link. Alrighty, so here we go. And it's a formation lap. I did forget about that. So the guys are going to be going around on the formation lap. They are going to be able to warm up their tires and sort out their grid position, which should allow them a decent run down into turn one. I'm just checking, making sure. It is set to invite only, so not entirely sure what's happened there. Sketchy Dude has left the session. Okay, so I don't know if maybe the lobby is a little bit unstable, because Sketchy just dropped as well. So if it is unstable, then we will have to rehost, but let's hope that's not the case, although that is the second person that has been dropped out. Let's see what happens. Ladmine leading the field around, trying to get some temperature into those medium tires. Obviously, at this point, it's too late for anyone to change tires. Jarvis looks like he was backing the pack up a little bit, but I don't think the tires do lose temperature while you're sitting on the grid, so that shouldn't affect the front runners too much. The next person to be backing a run up is Sketchy himself. That's obviously the AI, so let's see what happens there. Venom in 14th will also be AI. You can see him ghosted there. This game is a little bit glitchy with the ghosting. There are a couple of issues, so people are going to have to be wary of those cars that have ghosted out. They might not actually be ghosted. So Landmine coming through the final couple of corners. We're going to sit on board with the Dark Fox. I generally find that 4th place is a decent spot to watch the start of the race from, as it means that you get to see a little bit more of the action at the back, as well as obviously the first guys going through the corners as well. So as they come up towards their marks, they will be trying to pick their marks, looking at turning towards the inside. Okay, so Dark Fox not getting quite onto his marks, staying a little bit further back. Corsair trying to get as far forward as possible. Sebi, Landmine looks like he's pulled quite nicely forward. Oh, that's quite interesting. So the guys that have dropped out have been DSQ'd. That does make things a lot easier for further on, because it means that we're not going to have to worry about any bots running in the race. So let's see what happens now. Not entirely sure what we're waiting for. Okay, that's odd. Okay, so we have a predicted tire strategy, but no actual running. Okay, I'm just trying to get confirmation on the bugged lobby. Okay, we have a bugged lobby, so we will have to rehost. I'm sure a couple of guys will be very happy with that. We are going to rehost without the formation lap, and I will be right back. I just want to go brief the guys quickly, so I will be muted while that is happening. Thank you for your patience, and we'll be right back. to those of you that are watching the stream and hanging around, even though we are having our technical difficulties. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the views, and we appreciate you coming and joining us. We will get this up as soon as we possibly can. So, yeah. Alrighty, and we are back. So after that little issue, we are back in. We have the guys in the right order, and let's see how we go. This time we've turned off the formation lap because apparently you cannot actually host a formation lap as a spectator for reasons. So we are not going to do a formation lap this time, but hopefully it still goes all right. Yeah, so the guys are in. We are going to give them 2 minutes until quarter to 8 to actually sort their setups out and everything, and then they should ready up. Hopefully no one jumps the gun. So we will see shortly if they all stick to that. And of course, someone has jumped the gun. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Landmine on the front, 5 red lights, and I have no idea what that was. So the guys are off. It looks like they were off. It looks like the red lights were off for a very long time before they left. Landmine is out in front, Corsair in second, Jarvis in third, the Dark Fox in fourth place, Boosted in fifth at the moment. Sebi in the McLaren left behind. Not sure what happened there, but that looks like a very interesting little glitch that just happened and left Sebi on the start-finish line. He is now underway, but I have no idea what happened there. Microstatic, yeah, it's definitely incredibly realistic with people, you know, being left behind. But let's see how the guys do. The Dark Fox in third place, Corsair second. Looks like Lemontrix may have spun. Lemontrix in the AlphaTauri has definitely spun and dropped down to 15th position. Only Sebi behind him now as they head down into the flowing second sector down the back straight, and Landmine still out in front, 1.2 seconds up already from Corsair, so a commanding lead as he heads towards the end of sector 2. Boosted and Reaper fighting for position, and Boosted looks like he might be about to have to fight that sketchy dude as well as they head down onto the final straight down towards the back down towards the start finish line. And Sketchy and Titan Ash as well looking to get past, and almost three wide. Titan Ash gets a tap on that sketchy dude. Sketchy spins out, Titan Ash gets held up by the spin that he did cause right there, and Archlord manages to take the position. Titan Ash has massive pace. That was after a terrible moment. That was very strange. You should not be able to build up that much speed that quickly and overtake someone who actually took the corner properly. That was very sus. But it has happened, and Dark Fox is now looking at the back of Corsair, 3/10 down. Lap 2, obviously we do not have DRS until the end of lap 2, I think, beginning of lap 3, and that is a Red Bull, Venom having spun coming out of corner number 2, and Deadpool getting past him. Sebi up into 14th as he has to try and fight his way back up. Jarvis gets past Dark Fox. Dark Fox quite far back, so it looks like he had a problem with one of the corners in the second sector, going towards the end of it. And now right on Jarvis's tail, Deadpool already picking up a 3-second penalty for track limits as the Dark Fox falls back a little bit, a 10th down from when we looked at his time the last time, but not out of touch with Jarvis. Let's see what he can do down the straight and down towards the pit straight itself, as the sketchy dude is catching up to Archlord but is fighting with Porty as he does so. Suffix and Raptor trade positions, so this little section between 8th and looks like about 12th, very close together. Let's see what they can do. Sketchy dude looking to try and open up the corner, but goes a little bit wide and allows Porty to come past him, and the sketchy, no, he has managed to keep the position. They are going to be fighting all the way down towards turn number 1, I suspect. So let's see. Oh, okay, very quick move towards the inside, hoping to outbreak his opponent, requiring the space, forcing the space, but not managing to make a move on Porty, who manages to keep his calm and get through, as looks like Dark Fox for a moment looked like he was looking very close to Jarvis, but falls back a little bit. Porty now making his way past Archlord as Arch goes wide through turn 4. Who was that? That was Lemon Tricks, who overshot turn 4, hit Archlord on the exit and spun himself around. Arch losing a couple of positions to Potty and that sketchy dude as they made their way through. Boosted and Titan Ash. Titan Ash making his way through the field with very little difficulty. Up to 6th already, starting in dead last as he missed the qualifying. So Titan Ash incredibly quick in that McLaren. As the field starts to spread a little bit. Potty fighting Suffix now, going through the fast left-right section as they head down into sector 3. Potty still fighting, looks to do the switch pack and manages. Potty gets past Suffix, but that opens Suffix up to this that sketchy dude, and sketchy dude looks like he's going to make it easy. Let's see how they do. Outbreaks Suffix, but Suffix looks like he tries the cutback. Does he make it stick? He does not. He falls back behind. DRS will be open. This will be forming a little bit of a train from Potty back. Suffix will be trying to get as close as possible. Sebi gets the fastest lap of the race as Suffix and that sketchy dude. Ooh, trade positions again. Suffix getting onto the curb, not able to brake and going quite far off the track. He will now lose position to Sebi as Sebi gets decent traction out of there, and Archlord will be looking at having a look as well, but not this time. Sketchy dude right on the back of Potty, and as we switch to them, they are fighting wheel to wheel. A little bit of a tap there between the two of them. No harm though, neither of them have gone off, so with that will probably be let slide. But Potty goes very wide through that hairpin. Sketchy dude not able to do anything about it. Not the greatest place to try and do anything. Suffix spins. Those AlphaTauris are not having a good time at the moment. Sketchy dude 3/10, 4/10 back. DRS open on Potty. Potty does not have DRS himself, so this should be an easy pass as they head down towards the end of the second sector, the fast left-right corners, and through he goes. So Potty now having to fight back once again. Trying to do so here, decides not to, possibly looking to get DRS down the pit straight again, right on the gearbox of that Haas. It's so close there, and looking at the inside. Looks like he's going to maybe make a move. Let's see. Okay, he will make a move, but sketchy dude will have DRS down the pit straight as Dark Fox has made his way past Jarvis out in front. Jarvis 5/10 behind as Potty and sketchy dude fight each other. Sketchy has DRS, but Potty has the slipstream, and they're keeping up with each other just about as they head through turn number 1 into turn number 2. This time it will be Potty who has DRS, so let's follow him as he gets very wide on the exit there, falls behind a second, 1.2 seconds now, and will not make it back within that second gap before the end of the straight. Jarvis has also fallen to just outside, or fell to just outside of a second for a moment there, crosses the DRS line 9/10 of a second. So Jarvis will have DRS coming down the back straight as they hit it. Now Jarvis will have his wing open as he heads down towards Dark Fox, but still 5/10 of a second difference as they head into the 10th and 11th corners. Round the fast right-hander, Jarvis 6/10 keeping touch with the Dark Fox as they go through the fast sectors into sector number 3. Venom looks like he has had some sort of issue and Deadpool has gotten past him, but he is now fighting his way past Deadpool, who looks like he went off the track there. So Jarvis back in front, almost 7/10, 7/10 now, 7.5/10. Crosses the DRS line, has the DRS wide open, so he will be trying to claw back his position from the Dark Fox. And while they are doing this, the Dark Fox will not have to defend too hard, so will be trying to get up to the back of Corsair. That will drag Jarvis up as well. Titan Ash currently 6/10 down from Reaper. Let's see what he can do as they go into the first or second DRS zone, depending on where you're counting it from. Titan Ash 4/10 as they head into turn number 4. Takes it nice and wide, lets it drift out right onto the line and into the second sector. 400s up on, I imagine that is his best lap time. Down into the hairpin of 7, very close to Reaper ahead, 4/10, 4.5, 5/10, dropping back a little bit as they head down towards the trail braking turn 9. And this is the next DRS zone. Raptor and Sketchy Dude trading positions as well in the background, but Titan Ash looks like he is about to get past here, gets past Reaper, and easily done. So let's go have a look at Raptor and Sketchy Dude. Sketchy Dude is behind Raptor still, and Potty is right on the back of him, and Sebi right on the back of them. So this four-way battle now, as Jarvis gets past the Dark Fox. The Dark Fox looks like he may have spun out. It does manage to get moving again, so not sure what happened there, if he was maybe pushing a little too hard, but the Dark Fox has had a spin, which has dropped him 3 positions. As we just see that Sketchy Dude get very sideways on the exit there. Raptor in the lead of this DRS train. Sketchy Dude right behind in the Haas. Porty was 2 tenths, 3 tenths now behind, and Sebi looking to make his move after that false start. So let's see Sebi going to the inside and getting past Porty. No, backs out of it as he sees the movement from the cars ahead, backs out of it and is once again stuck in that 4th position in the train. Decides to cut back even behind Porty, even as, that it looked like contact for Sebi and Porty. Sebi on the inside of turn 4 leaves more than enough space for Porty on the outside and manages to make the move stick. So now Sebi will be looking at the back of the horse of that Sketchy Dude and seeing whether he can find a way past. As Sketchy tries to find a way past Raptor, we have a yellow flag that looks like a Red Bull, not Jarvis, so that is probably the Red Bull of Venom. And that was not enough space left on the inside of that corner, so Sketchy Dude not taking care of who is around him and cutting Sebi's nose off. That will be investigated after the race. Sebi losing a couple of positions as Sketchy now tries to get past Raptor. Raptor has the inside of the fast right-hander. Just enough space there. Raptor has not given... did not give up that position, but got spun out as in the process. Porty now in so many changes of position. Porty and Raptor put into the wall there, so that will be investigated as well after the race. So Porty now locking up his medium tires as he heads down onto the back, or the pit straight. Lemon Tricks gets past Sebi, who comes into the pit. Sebi may be looking at an alternate strategy with nothing to lose. Let's see what tires he goes onto. It's the hards that warp their way onto the onto the car, and a new front wing as well. So Sebi will be looking to get as far out the field as he possibly can. Landmine out in front, having a quiet race, 2.5 seconds ahead of Corsair. Corsair 2.9 seconds ahead of Jarvis. Jarvis 5.6 seconds ahead of Reaper, who is fighting his teammate, the Dark Fox. So the Dark Fox looking to make up positions that he lost from that spin earlier. DRS open, 6 tenths back. Probably won't get past on the back straight, but will be looking to get past at the very least on the second DRS zone, heading down towards turn number 4. Beyond these two, we have Titan Ash 1.4 seconds back, will be looking to make up some more positions, has been quick all evening. Boosted 9.3 seconds behind Titan Ash, so a massive gap between Titan in 6th place and Boosted in 7th. 9 seconds with a penalty as well. Sketchy Dude 1.7 seconds behind Boosted. Lemontrix 5 seconds behind Sketchy. Lemontrix does look like he has Porty for company as the Dark Fox goes to the outside of turn 1, gets past his teammate, not too much of a fight, and round the corner that they go. Reaper will have DRS this time, Titan Ash will not, but Titan gets an incredible run out of that corner, 1.1 seconds from almost 1.5. So Titan Ash will not be behind these two for too much longer at this rate, as we have another Red Bull spinning through turn 9. That is Venom not having a good race here at Bahrain, as Titan gets to within 1.1 seconds. Massive lockup going into the hairpin, but doesn't seem to have slowed him down. In fact, he still makes up time on the two guys in front as we come onto this DRS straight. Looks like he was within a second, and his rear wing will open. There it is. Reaper now under threat from Titan, 7 tenths back, and definitely trying to catch. Reaper using up some of his ERS, it looked like, as he pulls closer to his teammate ahead, but Titan Ash not being deterred, keeping pace and hoping to get past on in the next DRS zone at the very least, if not even before that. He has two Mercedes in front of him as McLaren. He is going to be wanting to get past them as soon as possible, as Porty and Lemontrix switch positions. Lemontrix making up a position, Porty losing one. Titan Ash onto the pit straight. 7 tenths, 8 tenths. DRS will be open. Reaper will have DRS as well. Looks like Reaper is going for a move on his teammate. This is not the right time to fight. Goes to the outside. Dark Fox goes to get in behind him, and that has lost them quite a bit of time to Titan Ash, who gets once again a great exit out of there, but then puts a little bit too much power into the exit and spins out and goes into the wall for a moment. So let's see what happens here. Sketchy Dude coming up on the back of Titan Ash. Let's see, it should have enough pace to get past him, as who is that? Boosted joins him as well. Does not get past Titan Ash despite having a fairly good chance of doing it. Archlord gets past Lemontrix. Lemontrix looks like he's going to be trying something. Raptor is trying something on Lemontrix though, and Raptor goes to the outside, Lemontrix to the inside. Lemontrix manages to keep it. Archlord keeps his position as well. So battles up and down the field at the moment. Titan Ash 4 tenths behind Sketchy Dude. Dark Fox almost 4 tenths behind Reaper. So a couple of battles in the upper spots. We also have battles further down. Lemontrix, Raptor and Archlord fighting for position number 10, the last point of the race. Dark Fox is now looking very close to that sister Mercedes. Let's see what he can do coming out of the final corner right behind Reaper. 3 tenths, 2 tenths, DRS open, and this should be an easy pass as he goes to the outside. Reaper will likely tuck in behind him the moment he gets past. There it is, and into the first corner, second and third. Dark Fox doesn't get the greatest line out of the first corner, so Reaper will probably take this back once again. Titan Ash is close to getting past Sketchy Dude. We see him just get past on the inside of turn number 1, but Sketchy Dude holds it around the outside, and that becomes the inside of turn number 2. Looked like there was a little bit of contact there, but nothing that spun either of them out. Reaper and the Dark Fox have held position as Venom spun again there. At some point, Titan Ash passed that Sketchy Dude and will be trying to make his way up the field as Raptor and Lemontrix trade positions. Lemontrix having gone off there and Raptor taking the position. So closest battle at the moment is that Sketchy Dude and Titan Ash. Let's see if Sketchy can keep up with them. And then above them, Reaper and the Dark Fox. So Reaper and the Dark Fox, the two Mercedes drivers, have been fighting so far throughout this second phase of the race. Let's see if Reaper can get the Dark Fox this time as they head down towards the pit straight once again. Let's see what happens. So Reaper not getting an ideal exit, but still managing to make the DRS work. Not quite as far ahead of his teammate as he may have liked towards the end of that, but was it enough to get him the DRS? No, he was ahead soon enough for the Dark Fox to get the DRS heading down towards turn number 4. Dark Fox not having enough pace going down towards turn number 4 to make a move on his teammate. Remember, these two are possibly trying to leapfrog each other and carry each other towards Corsair. That may be why they don't seem to be fighting each other too much going into turn number 1. But let's see what they can do if they can make a dent in Corsair's lead. Currently it is almost 4 seconds. And it doesn't look like they're cooperating as much as they possibly could. And now Dark Fox's DRS is open. This is still one of the closest battles on the track. Raptor and Archlord are getting quite close as well. So we are going to drop to them as they head through the second sector and down towards the back straight. Boosted has now left the session. That, I do believe, is load shedding for him, or the end of load shedding. That may have been his computer dropping off as the load shedding tripped over. So Raptor 3/10 back, looking at the back of Archlord, looks to the inside as they head down towards the fast left right. Takes the corner nicely, leaves enough space on the outside. 2/10 as the Dark Fox and Reaper trade places again. Raptor and Archlord, however, are not trading places as smoothly as the two Mercedes drivers. Titan Ash gets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:32.081. Boosted has lost a position, obviously that bot not being quick, and so will start losing positions, unfortunately. Raptor looking at the back of Archlord, 5/10 back, 4/10 back, 3/10 back, already so close with the DRS not even open yet, and now it's open. This should be an easy pass with the speed differential, although it does look like Raptor has used a lot of his ERS as they go through there. Not sure where the DRS line was. Let's see what happens. Who has DRS? Ah, there we go. Archlord has DRS with a little tap of the wheels between Raptor and Arch, heading down towards turn number 4. Let's see if they both get through there without any issues. Archlord having to take a very compromised line there, and that gives Raptor the advantage. Raptor now up to back up into 10th position as Archlord drops back and waits for his next moment. So Boosted keeps dropping, that bot not doing well, and unfortunately not being able to reinvite people means that is probably the end of Boosted's race. So let's see what happens as Archlord is 9/10 behind Raptor, so may have been a little bit compromised, obviously on those hard tires. So let's actually have a look and see what tires everyone is on at the moment. Sebi on 5-lap old hards, Archlord on 12-lap old hards, so that means that he actually started on the hards as the Dark Fox comes into the pits and swaps onto a set of hard tires. Titan Ash doing the same. Let's see what he puts on. That looks like a hard tire as well. So Titan Ash going onto a hard tire as well. The first of our proper pit stops coming in now. Dark Fox comes out in 7th place. Looks like he is established there, especially with Boosted the car behind. So Potty, having spun in the Aston Martin, loses a bunch of positions. That is unfortunate for him, and it looks like his tires are badly overheated and he is struggling to get going again. Potty loses position to both Raptor and Archlord. Those two still fighting it out. A Titan Ash coming past him as well. Potty is now underway again, and that looked like a car off in the background. That may have just been someone going down towards turn number 1. And it looking a lot worse than it was. Landmine out in front, 13-lap old mediums, 7.7 seconds ahead of Jarvis at the moment. Will he risk the undercut and keep going? It looks like he is keeping going, so let's see what he can do with that. Jarvis from Point 1 Esports, 7.8 seconds back. Corsair, 1.5 seconds back, keeping a good race going. Coming into the pits now, let's see where he ends up. Reaper behind, going into the pits as well. A lap after his teammate. That will be a good representation of whether the undercut or the overcut is working on this track. Sketchy Dude coming through the final couple of corners now. Let's see whether he goes into the pits. Not going into the pits. So that is quite interesting. That Sketchy Dude feeling like he's still got more life in his tires, possibly wanting to push. These guys that haven't pit yet might be looking to push until they can put on some softs. It is a very aggressive strategy. It could work. Definitely not something that you want to rule out, but let's see what happens. So Landmine out in front still, Jarvis in second, and Sad Sketchy Dude in third, yet to pit. Corsair, Dark Fox and Reaper all having pit in 4th, 5th and 6th position. Raptor, Archlord and Archlord yet to pit. Titan Ash has pitted. Lemon Tricks yet to pit. Sebi pitted earlier, so he's going to be taking those hard tires quite far towards the end of the race. probably, hopefully, boosted in the bot car has dropped down to 12th. Potty in 13th after those multiple spins, has got new tires. Suffix on soft tires, so Suffix running soft tires. I think he was also dropped out and is actually running a bot at the moment. Deadpool and Venom not having great races at the back, 13 lap old mediums at the moment, so quite old tires, but not as old as the guys out at front, purely because they haven't run as many laps. They will have been lapped a couple of times. Alrighty, so we have, oh no, that is the Dark Fox spinning out of the final couple of corners. That is not good for his race. Looks like he leaves a long line of rubber as he gets going again. Those tires are going to be quite warm as he heads down towards turn number 1. So the Dark Fox spinning, and that is quite unfortunate for him. As Raptor goes into the pits, a couple of people changing positions as well. So let's go have a look and see. Position changed from the beginning. Titan Ash, as we expected, has moved up quite a lot, 9 places up from where he started. He started dead last, currently running in 7th position. Archlord 4 places up, another good climber there. That's Sketchy Dude 6 places up, so one of the better climbers as well. So best climbers so far, Titan Ash, that's Sketchy Dude, and Archlord. Next we have Reaper and Jarvis both climbing 3 positions, and finally Suffix climbing 1 position near the back. Obviously Suffix is a bot, so that is unfortunately not the greatest representation. The only people not to move are Raptor and Ladmine. Ladmine sitting in 1st position, Raptor sitting in 12th. As far as penalties are concerned, we have 2 3-second penalties in the form of Boosted, who is currently a bot, and Raptor, and then Deadpool sitting with 9 seconds of penalties. We're going to leave the stops up for now until everyone has stopped at least once. Venom coming into pit near the back, so that is his first stop of the race. Titan Ash fast lap the race, 131.860. So the Titan Ash still showing his pace as we ride on board with him, as he tries to catch the Mercedes in front. It did look like he lost a little bit of time to the Mercedes in the pit stops, but has made up for it now. Lemon Tricks has gone into the pit and lost a position to the boosted bot. Archlord still to pit. That Sketchy Dude, Jarvis and Ladmine all still to pit. So as we follow Titan Ash around, it looks like Potty is trying to fight his way past Raptor. So that is Lemon Tricks having spun on the last corner, or on the 4th corner, sorry. Didn't recognize where we were for a moment. Potty is fighting Raptor. Potty in the Aston Martin looking for a way past the Alpine of Raptor. Let's see what they can do as they head down towards turns 8 and 9. Sorry to hear that, Boosted. This issue with not being able to join back really is such a problem, but unfortunately that's something that the devs are going to have to handle. As Potty finds his way past Raptor, does he manage to hold onto it? Gives him enough space on the inside there, and the inside comes the outside, but that's not going to matter. Potty establishing his position, getting past Raptor, and convincingly past now. Titan Ash, we're keeping an eye on him, 1.2 seconds back from the Dark Fox, so he should be within striking range quite soon. Raptor looks like he's warming up his tires, so the Raptor, finding that his hard tires aren't quite as warm as he needs them to be, should be getting DRS here. Wasn't outside of the second gap, as Titan Ash gets within that second gap. So we'll keep an eye on Titan and the 2 Mercedes. Titan very close behind them as Raptor comes to the end of the pit straight. Not going to manage a pass there. Sebi also looking at the back of Archlord. So that's another battle that we can keep an eye on. But Titan Ash is is looming large behind the the Mercedes of the Dark Fox, but not managing to get past this time. Sebi looking at the inside of Archlord, not deciding better of it as well. Titan Ash getting nice and close to that Mercedes, will definitely have a pace advantage down here. Looked like he got a very good exit there, and that sketchy dude gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is really unfortunate and will put him far out of the top 3 where he was running. As Titan Ash gets close to the Mercedes, lunges to the inside and gets past with very little effort, the DRS helping him sail right past. So as they head through corners 2 and 3, let's go have a look at Sebi. Sebi looks like he is looking at the inside, locks up a little bit, may have nudged Archlord a little bit. Arch keeping his foot in, but not quite enough to keep Sebi behind. So the Dark Fox has not managed to fight back, going down towards turn number 4. Let's see what he can do, if he can keep track of Titan Ash as they head through 7 up towards 8 and 9. Dark Fox looked like he braked quite nicely there, but Titan Ash once again getting incredible traction off the corner and just running away down the straight despite Dark Fox's DRS, and that will probably be the end of that battle as he goes outside of the 1 second window. Jarvis now coming in for his pit stop, so let's see what happens. Oh, the Jarvis... is that his second pit stop? No, that is his first pit stop. So Jarvis coming out and Corsair in 3rd position. Let's see what Corsair can do. Not quite enough, so Jarvis keeps that 2nd position. Deadpool has retired from the session. So Deadpool has retired from the session. Let's see if we can find that AlphaTauri quickly. AlphaTauri, Deadpool looked like he may have hit the wall there, and the game just removed him immediately. So no safety car, which is quite interesting. The safety car is switched on, so not sure why the safety car didn't come out there, and that looks like a Merc has spun. We have Dark Fox spinning again, so maybe pushing a little bit hard, trying to catch up to the back of Titan Ash, and that allows that sketchy dude and Sebi to get past him, and possibly Archlord as well. Yep, Archlord in the Williams getting past the Mercedes of the Dark Fox. And let's see how that changes things. The Dark Fox is quite quick, so let's see if he can make up a position there. Venom spinning once again in 15th position. He is not having a good race from that point of view. Landmine and the Archlord still yet to pit, so the two of them running very long into this race as we see Landmine lapping an Alpine. Corsair is now right on the back of Jarvis. So when we said just now that Corsair hadn't done quite enough to catch up to Jarvis, it looks like Jarvis's cold tires have let him down a little bit. But if Corsair can get past him, track position is quite important. So if he can get past him, he might be able to hold on to the position despite the fresher tires that Jarvis has. So he will want to be getting past as soon as possible. At 3/10 he might be able to actually do just enough coming out of turns 2 and 3. Let's see, takes a better line through there. Jarvis looks like he's running defensive, trying to break the toe, gets to the outside of turn 4 to the racing line and keeps hold of the position. That is not how Corsair is going to get past, but he's going to need to get past as soon as possible. In the meantime, the Dark Fox is looking at the back of that Williams, not quite close enough to go for a lunge, so he is going to wait until turn 4 at the very least. Titan Ash and Reaper are now fighting in the McLaren and the Mercedes, so we have fights once again throughout the field. We'll keep an eye on where the various battles are happening. But while we have nothing as pressing, we will stick with Corsair, who does not look at the inside yet. Titan Ash, 3-second penalty. So Titan Ash going off of the track and gaining an advantage and getting a 3-second penalty as a result. That can change the standings quite a bit going towards the end, especially as we have 7 laps still to go. There is still a lot that can happen as Corsair tries to make his way to the back of the Red Bull of Jarvis. in his Alfa Romeo. Let's see if he can do enough on the exit. It does look like he's losing a bit on the exit, but now it looks like he's dumping his ERS. 0.3 of a second. Is it going to be close enough? Goes to the outside line, goes for the late braking, does not manage to get far enough alongside to be able to make a move. Titan Ash, in the meantime, is looking at the back of the Mercedes. Let's see what he can do. Also, does not look like he's quite close enough to make a move. Corsair, bashes into the back of the Red Bull going into turn number 4. That is not the way to get past, as Titan shows how it is done. Gets past the Mercedes quite nicely, but locks up badly into turn number 4. Still manages to keep hold of the position. So Titan Ash up to 4th position from last place. Reaper falling back already, so we will keep an eye on that a little bit later as the Dark Fox looks at the back of the Williams of the Archlord. Once again going through turn 4, not able to get past. Venom looks like he has spun once again, because that is definitely not Jarvis, but in the meantime we have Ladmine pitting, and he looks like he is far enough ahead of Jarvis to not have to worry about any sort of threat as he comes out of the pit. So we'll ride with Jarvis, as Corsair is right on the back of him as well. Venom has now retired from the session, so let's go on board. We'll stay on board with Jarvis and see if we can see Venom's car. It is a full course yellow. That is interesting. Why do we not have a safety car? So it looks like almost everyone is coming into the pits after that to try and get some fresh tires on. They'll probably be putting soft tires on. Sketchy Dude already on soft tires. So let's have a look at the tires. Corsair, 14 lap old mediums. So he has put the mediums from the start of the race back on according to the graphic, but not... Oh wait, there we go. Corsair running his mediums from earlier on. Not sure why he would have done that. Archlord coming into pit as well. Definitely running all the way from the beginning all the way to this point to get onto those soft tires. That it was a great strategy call. Very lucky, but I'm not sure what exactly is... Oh, there is the safety car. So the safety car is out. It's just not actually telling us on the graphic. I can see the yellow dot of the safety car just above turn number 3. Riding on board with Boosted, we'll see the safety car as it drives past the Mercedes safety car here in Bahrain. So the only person on old tires at this point, there are actually a couple of people on old tires. That is quite surprising. We've got Corsair, 14 lap old mediums. Not sure if that was intentional or just the new Jeff messing him around. Boosted on 8 lap old hards. He's a bot, however, so that's not surprising. Lemon Tricks on 6 lap old hards, maybe thinking that pitting wasn't the best option. Potty on 14 lap old mediums, definitely has passed the pit lane. Not sure what the motivation for that would be. Raptor and Suffix on new tires. So Ladmine has now been picked up by the safety car. 5 laps to go, so we will likely only have 3 or 4 laps left at the end of the race. So as the safety car waits for people to catch up, I'm just letting myself catch my breath. This is probably going to be an incredible race to the finish. The only thing that would have made it a little bit more interesting was if it was at Abu Dhabi between Max and Lewis. But unlike that, we will probably have a couple of laps at the end of the race. I don't think the safety car will stay out too long. This is lap 1 that I think it's run around, so normally runs 2 or 3 laps depending on how quickly people catch up. Looks like Porty has made the decision to pit, so Porty has made the decision to pit. Corsair has pit again to get rid of that 14 lap old medium, so that was definitely a mistake. Probably his engineer not doing the right thing. Landmine still leads us through his very commanding lead, being worn down very quickly by the unfortunate incident with Venom right at the pit entry. So we have half the field now caught up to the back of the safety car. Obviously this is always quite a dangerous time for everyone. Purely because with the safety car being as slow as it is and people trying to warm up the tires and keep the tires up to temperature, we do have the risk of people not seeing each other slowing down, people not seeing the weaving early enough, and we do often have little bits of contact behind the safety car in these league races. So we will keep an eye on that and hope that everyone manages to get through without any problems. Obviously it is a balancing act. You have to be within 10 car lengths of the car ahead, but if you fall back, then the game does tell the person behind to try and pass you. A lot of people take that as an opportunity and do try and pass, even though we tend to ask people not to, purely because it does lead to a whole bunch of issues. So just an interesting little bit of detail on that Mercedes. That stay at the back is recently added. That little bar between the body and the floor, that is actually a recent addition that they added to the Mercedes car. In fact, to a couple of the cars that do have those in real life. So 2 people, Raptor, no, that is not Raptor. Who is that? That is Lemon Tricks and Potty still need to catch up to the safety car, so we will likely be going around one more time behind the safety car, hopefully no longer than that. But we will see at the end of the next lap. So yeah, those little stays have been added in a recent patch. You can see the Aston Martin doesn't have it, but the Aston Martin doesn't have the new shape, the green Red Bull shape. There's a couple of other massive changes to the side pods and so on that haven't been added to the games, but in other places you do have them adding little details like the stay at the back of the Mercedes. Alrighty, as we go through the second sector around the hairpin of turn number 7, heading up towards 8 and 9, people should be starting to really aggressively warm up their tires, especially with Lemon Tricks and Potty right on the back of the grid now. They are pulling up as good as we go through turn number 9. Looks like Potty will be back on the end of the line, on the end of the snake before the end of the straight. And you can already see they are back there. Yeah, boosted. Definitely. That bot of yours is definitely going to cause some havoc and might even win the race for you. Unfortunately, it won't count. We do leave AI out. But yeah, it could be interesting. Sketchy in... Sketchy was ghosted for a moment there. Not sure. No, that wasn't Sketchy. That was... Who is that? Is that Suffix? I think that might be Suffix. So Suffix is ghosted. Boosted will be ghosted as well. You can see how close everyone is as they try and warm up their tires. We will ride with, let's go to Reaper. We should be able to see a decent amount of the field on this restart. Let's see where, actually, let's go onto Landmine. Let's see when he goes. Looks like he's going as he comes out of the final corner. Gets a good start. Still trying to get temperature into those tires, but has gotten quite a good start, and has definitely gapped it to his opponents. Titan Ash making his way up to third position, looking at second place already with a very brave move down into turn 1, getting past Sketchy Dude and Jarvis on the same move. So Titan Ash now up to second place, Sketchy Dude third, Jarvis fourth, Reaper in fifth position. Everyone is so close together, it is so easy to make contact as they go through here. Jarvis looks like he goes offline a little bit, but manages to keep his position. Reaper is right on the back of him in that Mercedes, trying to get past, and it looks like Corsair is trying to make up for lost time. Sebi, however, does manage to get past Reaper, overcooks it on the exit of the hairpin and loses it. Loses the position to both Reaper and Corsair, but now it bumps into the back of Corsair. Corsair bumps into the back of Reaper, but manages to keep hold of it. Someone did spin in the background. That is an Alpha Tauri. Not sure who that is, but don't want to look away from the battle on screen right now. So Reaper, Jarvis, so many people. Jarvis in fourth place. In fact, that Sketchy Dude in third place, all the way down to the Dark Fox in eighth place, all within striking distance of each other. On lap 27, obviously there will be 2 laps before DRS is re-enabled, so we'll probably only have DRS on the final lap. So this is all down to the skill of the drivers and the slipstreaming effect. So let's see who can take advantage of it. As everyone gets closer, you can see them shaking around as the connection takes strain. So Corsair in 6th, very close, and Sebi as well, looking at the inside of Corsair, deciding not to go for it this time. Dark Fox going for a very adventurous lunge, and unfortunately Sebi, I don't know if Sebi didn't see him there, but Sebi did look like he turned in onto the Mercedes and did get spun out. Porty has been spun as well in the background, so things happening all over the place as Sebi gets past the Dark Fox. Not sure if that was given up or whether Sebi did actually get a decent exit out of there despite the contact, and that is Corsair spinning out into the middle of nowhere. I just saw the arrow spinning out as we went across to her. So that is Corsair dropping down into 9th position. That is a nightmare for him after his engineer screwed him over with the tires and then spinning out, and that's actually really tragic for his race. But we have a race still on our hands as Reaper tries to get up to the back of Jarvis. Let's see what happens here. Reaper right on the back of Jarvis, 2/10 back as they come around on the penultimate lap. Let's see what he can do, whether he can get past him without the DRS. That Sketchy Dude trying to get past the ghosted Alpine, who is obviously a lap down. Sketchy Dude locking up a little bit, going into the Alpine. Jarvis right behind. DRS is now enabled for this final lap. Titan Ash gets the fastest lap of the race as this little trio gets onto the pit straight, and they will have DRS going through this section here as Jarvis pulls along the side. That Sketchy Dude, that should be good. Is he, if he can keep his foot in? He does not, but he will still have DRS going onto the straight, but he will have compromised his exit a little bit, and that means Reaper might have a little bit of a better exit. He does get DRS, and Sketchy Dude did get DRS from that Alpine ahead, so Sketchy does manage to hold it, but Jarvis does get past Sketchy and now is up into 3rd position. Sketchy in 4th, Reaper in 5th, Sebi in 6th, only 7/10 behind, 6/10, making up time all the time. The Dark Fox right behind, as well as the Alpine gets a massive snap of oversteer, but we will see whether these guys can make any changes to their position. Sebi looking at the inside, may have been a little bit of contact there, but not enough to put him off. Sebi now looking to pull up to the back of Reaper, but the Dark Fox has made his way up here, but does not get DRS there. That is really unfortunate for him as Sebi falls back a little bit from Reaper, so Reaper getting a very good run down that back straight. In the meantime, Titan Ash and Landmine out in the front. Titan Ash setting more purple sectors, but let's see if he can get past in the last couple of corners. It looks like he is going to be too far back, but never rule anything out. It looks like Landmine has gotten a decent exit, so Landmine should take this. But we have Potty and Boosted changing positions in the background. Let's see, Archfield, Reaper and Sebi right alongside each other, and it looks like Reaper just didn't make it. Dark Fox gets ahead of that Sketchy dude. I believe Sketchy had some sort of penalty looking at the time difference. Archlord in 8th place, Corsair in 9th after that horrible spin that he had going through the little chicane at the beginning of Sector 2, and that is the end of the race. So Titanash wins the race. Doesn't win the race, wins driver of the day. That is up to second position from dead last. Ladmine, however, is the winner of the race, leading quali, or finishing first in quali, running all the way to the in the front and holding his own after the safety car. So well done to Ladmine. Great race from Titanash as well, and Jarvis did well to keep us cool in the Red Bull. So as we see, we have Ladmine out in front, Titanash in 2nd place, Jarvis in 3rd, Sebi in 4th, Reaper in 5th position in the first of the Mercedes. 2nd of the Mercedes, Dark Fox, Sketchy Dude, Archlord, Corsair and Potty, your top 10. Boosted, Lemon Tricks, Raptor, Suffix and Venom, your top 15. And then Deadpool in 16th position. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been a great honor. That was a silly little... That's ridiculous design choice, but anyway, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to host this race and host all of you guys. Sorry to Boosted and the other guys that got booted for various reasons and couldn't rejoin. Hopefully EA comes out with a fix soon, but I wouldn't hold anyone's breath. It's, you know, it's EA. I mean, we all thought Codemasters was bad, but EA has shown that they are clearly worse. But let's see what happens. We can always be optimistic. So, with that, that is the end of it, and again, thank you so much.